Frustration. What is frustration? It is really the feeling that you don't want to be where you are. It's really the feeling that you wish you were somewhere else, in another situation, another place. It's that feeling that you are not where you are supposed to be. And you can feel that, and it's really, really, really uncomfortable. It's one of the most uncomfortable feeling. It's really that horrible feeling like you're wearing something way too tight for you, way too tight for you. You're so uncomfortable in it, and on top of everything, it's super hot outside and you're sweating like crazy. See that feeling? You want to just go out there and just scream. This is really frustration. That frustration. It happens to us all the time. It's a complete valid emotion. But if you click on this video, it's because you have been in this situation way too many times, or you are currently in this situation and you are so tired of the feeling of this discomfort, and you're starting to seriously lose your and you don't know how to deal with this. Okay, calm down and let's break it down into very simple things that you should do whenever you're feeling really, really frustrated and you don't know what to do because you're losing your mind. I'm gonna share with you what I do, what I developed that helped me so much going through this very, I wanna say, very cloudy, it's kind of a hurricane passing by, and finally be free. So the first thing you really need to do is sit with yourself and ask yourself what's going on. Yes, just like a friend or a therapist would do. Try to calm down and sit with yourself and literally ask yourself that question. What's going on? What's happening? And try to answer as raw as possible. If you need to type it, if you need to write it, or to speak it out loud, just do it, but be as honest, transparent, and raw as possible. Because the very first thing you need to do in a situation of frustration is that there are a lot of emotion coming to you, and we haven't been educated on processing emotions. And dealing with that is a must, is the very first thing you need to do in a situation of deep frustration, is to welcome the emotion and to literally let it flow through you so it can leave your body. So first thing you need to do is literally express this feeling, shape this feeling, name this feeling, and put it outside of your body, just like a cough or a little sickness that you need to put outside so that you can feel better. So what I do is that I literally ask myself, okay, what's going on really? What's going to me? What am I feeling right now? And I try to be as clear and precise as possible. I try to really phrase what I'm feeling in a raw way. So it can be anything. This helped me really figure out sometimes situations that were so obviously wrong and that I was just circling around it instead of just facing it. A few months ago, I was really exhausted and unhappy in my job. And I remember really getting in this situation where I started to be, angry all the time. And I just didn't know why. I was just getting into that new state and I didn't recognize myself. I didn't like being like this. And I remember sitting on my couch and being like, okay, girl, like seriously, what is happening? Like, what are you feeling and why are you like this? And it just came out just like that. I'm just sick of this job. I don't want to work there anymore. It just came out in such a raw way. I was surprised at myself, at my own reaction. I was really like, oh, wow. This had been rotting inside of me for months and I didn't even realize that. This is how big and obvious sometimes where the problem is, and you're not even aware. So the first thing you really need to do is addressing it by literally ask yourself that. Don't be afraid to have monologues with yourself. It's totally okay. I do that all the time. What is happening to me? What am I feeling right now? And I just can't stand the way this person is talking to me all the time. I'm just tired of always being the one providing all the help, and I never get any support from this person. I'm just tired of this relationship. I'm just tired of being single all the time. It can be really anything that is really rotting inside of you and you don't understand why. You need to address it every time. It's totally okay. Do this first exercise to just ask that to yourself and answer yourself. Remember that you are your closest friend. Now, after responding to this question, the second question you want to ask yourself is, what do you want? What would you like to do right now? What do you want? It's such a deep and efficient question that helped me get out of such a frustrating cycle of non-efficiency and repetition by always, mumbling the same thing over and over and over again, and literally asking myself, okay, what do you want? What would you want really right now? And you have to put yourself in a situation again, just like you're talking to a friend, you're talking to a therapist, or you're talking to a magician appearing to you. Let's say you have a wish and you can have whatever you want. What do you want? It has to come in a raw way. It has to come, just don't limit yourself. Just put it out there. This is just you facing your feelings and your emotions. So put it out there and stop limiting yourself. You are just talking to yourself. It's you and you, okay? What do you want exactly? And this is how I realize again, it can be anything. I just want to leave this country. I'm done with this country. I would like to work in a company that is providing more value to the world. And you're gonna be so shocked at how raw and honest the answer is going to come out. This is so efficient. This is such an efficient way to redirect your thoughts and your intention on the right path. So what do you want? Be as clear as possible, and it can be anything. And then after answering this, ask yourself, how can we make this happen? Like literally, how can we fix the problem? Like what is it that you can do to make this happen in a very realistic way now? Now we are coming back to the present and know that whatever it is that you want, you can actually have it, All you have to do is really proceed like this. Be more like, present and mindful of your intentions and what it is that you really want. From the moment you have finally determined that, how can we make this happen? Like write actual actions that you can take, because the problem is totally fixable. Are you seriously tired of where you are and you really, really want to see your parents again, for example? So, okay, what can you do? I need to arrange a holiday so I can leave this place and go back to visit my parents, for example. Anything is fixable. Try to really proceed step by step. This is going to help you organize your thoughts, because your mind can get really agitated in a situation of frustration. The mind is going to make you feel like this is the end of the world and everything is dark and really blurry, like a huge hurricane passing and you can't see anything and can't understand anything. Doing this little exercise that is very simple is going to really help you organizing your thoughts. So really ask yourself, how can we fix this? What can I do to make whatever I want happen? And write it. Write several actual pinpoints of actions that you can take to make this happen. Finding a new job that could meet me where I want to be met. But first of all, determining exactly what is it that I'm looking for in a position, for example. This is actually what helped me realize that, okay, maybe I don't want to work in a company. This actually helped me realize that I didn't want to work for a company. I wanted to work for myself, because I actually had so many projects on my own that I've been developing, and this was actually holding me back and taking too much time, my personal time that I was dedicating to my personal project and businesses. And this is exactly how I realized, okay, I need to find another way to develop my personal project without being so overwhelmed by this job that I don't even like and that I'm not happy in. All I have to do is find maybe another job that is more aligned with me and that I could, for example, do part-time, so that I have more time to focus on my actual project, what matters to me. Pinpoint things, very simple like that, step by step. Whatever is scaring you, when you break it down like this, it doesn't look that scary. It is actually totally possible and doable. Another very, very, very important practice that I highly recommend doing is to practice patience. Patience is your best friend. Patience in this world will be your best friend. So if you're not a patient person, I highly, highly, highly recommend working on that, because if you can be patient through the storm, you are invincible. Starting to work on that, listen, it turned my life upside down, okay? I was the most impatient human being in the planet, okay? I couldn't wait a second for anything. That was my ego always. The mind is really like a kid, always agitated and can't stay in place for 5 seconds. Your mind is going to make you feel like you're gonna die, like everything is collapsing, because you are asked to really stand still for 5 minutes, for example. And or a situation that is frustrating, as I was saying before, your mind is going to like start getting all hyped. It's going to really make you feel like everything is going to blow, you're gonna die, this is the end of the world, let's move, let's move, let's move. This is a thinking mind, and so to make it still, a very good practice that you probably already guessed is to meditate. But not only meditate, really meditate on patience. It's to literally sit with patience, like close your eyes and literally feel that frustration flowing through your body. Watch it flowing and realize what I said before. Just like a kid, your mind is going to start panicking, getting all agitated, and what is going to happen next? Think about that. What is going to happen next? Nothing. You're going to still be there, alive, and nothing happened. This is what happened when you start to tame, to discipline your mind. That is really like a kid dragging you, always being like, let's go, let's go, let's go, I don't want to do this, I don't want to do this, let's do something else. No, discipline your mind by sitting still in meditation. Try to do it for like 10 minutes and force yourself to really feel those frustrations flowing through your body. Whenever you're feeling super frustrated about something, try to do that. Try to sit with this feeling of frustration. Try to sit with it. Try to look at it and let it flow through your body, and you'll realize that a few minutes later it's going to leave your body. You will go back to a normal state. This is how you practice patience, by really forcing your mind to be still. It can be very complicated, but with practice it's going to really change your life. So I wanted to share with you this little practice that really helped me going through this very overwhelming feeling of being very frustrated. I hope that it brought you some light and you're gonna try this little practice that is very useful. And I will see you in another video. Bye bye.